at this point.
Retirement home battle.
Where's Flom when you need him?
He already lost.
Yeah, Flom and Ponalone on the same team.
So say they took one hit and we're out. That's how it works.
Well, Ponalone can go back to fishing streams, so there's that.
Oh, wow, since we had one of those.
He needs to bring him back. But here we are, back in the action, getting info on the CT side of Ancient. And utility already used up for anything else. There was a kit for Snav, no dual Berettas. Interestingly enough, I would have liked to see some of those. But an open A side about to be exploited by anything else is... Slump's going to be a little late to the party here, and we'll see if he can slump some bodies on the floor. Gets a little bit of chip damage, but that's it. Louisa charges in, traded out by Snav as the bomb goes down. Small victory, but a victory nonetheless for anything else as the time begins to tick, and now the pressure is on, getting info. Out they'll churn, 2 CT, 2 through Temple, slash in main, 3 in Donuts. Smoke on the bomb. On it. One for Shane,
he's got a good defuse spot.
He's still on it. Shane another. Slash can't stop it. Ninja defuse. Slash goes down. And getting info. They take the pistol round, and that, my friends, is why the kit is so good to have on the pistol round.
Did you see Snav's positioning for that ninja?
Oh, yeah.
He got on the little box.
Yep.
So half of his body was blocked from Donut through the smoke, and his head wasn't where you'd expect it to be on the defuse. It was perfect. He didn't get hit once.
Brilliant from Snap.
Knowing that the hold the Donut would be too hard to unseat, he just goes for the ninja stick. That makes round 2 a little bit difficult because the bomb did go down. You also have a solid investment with Galils and Mac 10s, but getting info, I'd say still have the advantage with the MP9s and the M4 for Dare.
That's a little more. But there's an opener for McNiff, actually, as Snap gets a little aggressive over towards Snake. He's put down, and it's going to put things into a remaining. Goes away with the spray. Shane actually gets a team kill out of Fame, who was traded out by Dare, so we set it at 3 versus 3. That's also, I believe, minus $300 from Fame's bank account as well. Here's MarKE. Not going to win that duel against Galil. Knows it. Just gets the info and backs away, living up to his team name. As it's a 1-1-1 split from anything else, with the bomb over towards middle, ranging towards Donut. And MarKE waiting on the other side of the entry. But they need to keep the gap because they can't really afford a long-range duel against Galils. MarKE 1-for-1 as Slump goes back big. They know where he is, though, and the smoke will go down. He's just going to play time for Dare to come through and help him get a bit of damage on the slash. Push to fight now. Bomb goes. Another nade goes by. Bomb knocked out. Dare out. Dare down. 1 versus 2 for Slump. He's got the first. That's a nice little burst on the Cypress. Can he find Slash, though? Time is dwindling down. 23 seconds to go. Another drive-by from Slump. Swaps over to the A1S. Almost would have liked him to keep the MP9, but doesn't know how low his opponent is. He also wants a little extra damage at that range. Time, a massive factor. And Slash has to plant this bomb. Taps it. Slump's going to play the long con.
He's got it. He's going to challenge Slash. Could win this. Slash!
Too late.
I was going to say, on new Counter-Strike, don't you have to start planting at 5? So did he even have enough time to get the plant down?
It's still 3.5.
Still 3.5? Okay.
I believe.
So there was technically time.
3.75. There was barely enough time.
So unfortunate.
What a play, though, on the side from Slump. Just not biting, not making a mistake. He forces Slash to make an error.
Double entry finds 2.
Kills are favoring anything else, though. Slash adds another. Low HP, though, on Weeza. Slash gets Molly down. Dare and MarKE splitting in. One from ramp. Nothing for that MP9 frag. MarKE gets 1. 2 more to go. Time running out. No kit for him. I don't know if there's one either where that would be. Drive-by Weeza, and so anything else did get around at long last, although they could have easily had the last one, too. But finally, they do achieve a victory, and the money for getting info is absolutely abysmal, but they're going to force. Of course they're going to force. It's a Shane roster with Dare and Snav, and they're going to go all in here. Deagles, MP9s, aggression is going to be the name of the game here. Which site do they push? Do they push mid? Do they push B? Do they push A? They're going to push something. Or they're going to play it. Well, no, they're definitely going mid. Mid aggression. Overall push. Nice little chunky nade on this thing. And that's it. Here they go. They push towards A. Now push towards the middle, but there's only one kill coming through. Now two. Kill coming through from him. He's having a good start here on Ancient. 4 versus 3 in favor of getting info as the bomb remains outside B stairs, but getting info ranging all the way over to A main, nobody B main, and despite the double dink, no kill for Dare. Cypress a dead man walking, but the only player on anything else with kills.
Still have the advantage for anything else, given the fact that they have 3 rifles. Oh, this close range for the MP9 could work out. Snav caught while jumping, though. Indeed. There's good damage onto Shane as well. MP9s versus the M4 and AK.
No kit.
No kit. Slash. Trying to hold the cross out. No one's even looking in his direction. Catches the first good shot, and Shane doesn't want to stick it with no kit. Trying to catch McNiff on his spray. Doesn't do so successfully. Tied ball game. Anything else? Quickly getting it back to even footing. Pistols. All that getting info can really justify in round 5.
Finally getting info are getting humbled here. And forced to go eat some humble pie, just pistols, no armor, 1 flashbang for utility. If you're getting info, you get a couple of kills, you can consider this a successful round. Meanwhile, for anything else, you need to close this out and get yourself a lead. Stomping down that next gun round is where your mind is probably focused on. Not good to get too ahead of yourself, but you have to think ahead a little bit. What's to come? Slump. He's been a little bit crispy with that. Deagle's gonna have to let off the reins in. He's taken out by the hip. That's a good read from him. And so, the dominoes begin to fall 1 by 1. This getting info half by. You can really even call it an eco as Fame and Slash combine for Fame's second. Snav and MarKE now last alive at the P2000 round. Gets nothing as Fame will grab 4 of them. Yummy eco frags, and here comes a real test. Guns will come out from both sides, although I don't think there's going to be an op on either side, and Snav will actually be relegated to an MP9 to afford the extra utility. So not exactly the best case scenario here for getting info on their first actual gun round of the game. And Snav sold everything, and then bought the same exact thing again. Realized the utility's so low here, needs to sacrifice an extra bit.
He was the only one with that kit as well. Yep. They sacrificed for it all. They're getting aggressive at B ramp. Flash is here. Shadow shows, and Shane gets dinked by his teammate, but wins the duel with the help of Dare. He smoke towards B doors. Niff, top of catwalk. Just gonna sit tucked for the time being. See if everybody presses. Timing in his favor. He'll get 1, but the MP9 strikes. Quick trade from that. Spam through the doors. Bottom B as well, doing good damage from the A1S.
That's a nice dual one there onto Snav, but Dare still tucked in the cubby. Might be able to find his way out of here. He's spotted though and finally put to bed as Weeza will run him down. MarKE late to assist. Has to be careful not to get caught. Slump is here as well, and they'll drop the bomb. That's a huge pickup. They're wary of Cave. But all they'll have to worry about right now is Weeza down bottom ramp. Cypress is elsewhere on the map. He's short right now. And the flash just lets Weeza walk to his death. Cypress now 1 versus 2, no bomb. And the game the round, rather, is giving
Versus
Info
two.
to lose. Just need to hit their shot.
Smoke being held, though, by Slump.
And dies as a vapor. 3 all the score. The money more than enough for anything else to get anything on the board that they want. An op is possible. And they'll go for it. Cypress to hold the big green. 2 MP9s this time for getting info. And we will await what happens now. Is anything else struggling to hold on? If they can maintain that lead, do wonders with it. Or it is their map pick after all. With a very strong Mirage in getting info, especially with this tournament core. Like this is the Mirage team in North America at this point. MarKE plus Shane, Darren, Snav. You slot anybody in North America on that roster as that 5th man, and it's going to be a Mirage team.
Oh, yeah. Anything else have their op on Cypress? Info still struggling on those MP9s, but they can definitely have their impact. They're both on B as well. Hopefully where you want them, either B or Donut. They're tagged by the Molotov, instantly shot through smoke. Slash finds that the spam from Shane just can't get the kill. He'll upgrade his weapon. He'll actually do a spam of his own onto McNiff. Fame. He'll lurk in towards Red Room. Does some damage, doesn't get a kill, and now MarKE's trying to outflank the flank. Snav finds Weeza. It's chaos all over the map, but not on the site proper. 2 versus 4 for Cypress and Slash. Make it a 2 versus 3. They find the first. Good flash, though, unseats Cypress. And Slash now in the 1v3. It's planted for him at least, but with too many players to find, he simply can't get the kills required. 4 to 3. As getting info to reestablish a very tenuous lead. Anything else, though? Their economy's kind of been stymied as a result. They're going to be on pistols, maybe a hero weapon for Slash, but nothing more should be purchased for anything else unless they're going for an all-invested gambit.
And I think that gambit might be what they call here. Although Slash does sell, Fame's on a hero Galil with armor. Slash still has not picked up util, so maybe, or rather armor. He'll go for a little bit of extra util. Maybe it's going to be Slash. Next gun round, but McNiff is blind as a bat, walks right into the waiting arms of MarKE. 1, 2, 3 plus bomb. Easy for MarKE. Now Slump's turn to get a couple of easy frags. He'll line up a pair. And that investment from anything else was something else. And now getting info, a 2-round lead. More and more comfort economically. We're starting to kick things into cruise control on this CT side, the defensive end of Ancient. Another interesting tepid investment, McNiff and Slash going to 2K. So I'm not sure what the point was of those 2 players saving. This buy is so disjointed. Weeza's on a Tech 9 and a Molotov Fest down to $900 in the bank. Only Slash has 2K or more. Massive damage coming in. But Snav gets caught out by McNiff. Tries to get aggressive in towards K. Slump coming through, sprays down one, but not his intended target. Finally, shoots up again as well. And now Weeza's around the corner too. He's still fighting. Shane comes through. McNiff known to be in cave, and Shane will get the last. More and more easy ecos for getting info as they double up the score of anything else. And this CT side that started out maybe a little bit closer, starting to run away in favor of getting info, despite this being their opponent's map pick.
Slump as well, emerging as a good front runner for getting info. His pushes middle up towards top cat have been proving to be quite good, quite solid. Looks like B is again going to be on the cards, or at least the B lean is on the cards. Cypress early damage taken, he's down to 5 now, but MarKE might not expect this press. No, MarKE does. Good kill, not the second. Oh, he expects it nonetheless. Good flick around. Weeza, the third in line, will finally find the 2 in middle. There, missing his opportunity in towards Donut as well, but Snav rotating around, catches Slash, jumping up. The bomb is outside B, and Weeza on half HP is in a 1v2. It's also good to see Dare back on the op. It's been so long since he's used it. Jumping up, first man in line, doesn't find it. Weeza worried about where Snav might be lurking. Snav's mind gaming this person, not jumping up, playing a different, further away angle, and further chipping away at Weeza's now very low HP. Snav upgrades to an AK. 1 to 2 bullets will do Weeza in. And Weeza will choose a one and done angle. One is all he needs to get his team back in the winner's column.
Starts with 1. All he needs is 1. Ollie into cave. That'll force Weeza away, but is it spammable? That is the question. Ollie's actually going to die here. Weeza's hiding now. Snav on it. In. Weeza's out of ammo. I think Snav has just enough time to get that defuse over the line before it goes boom.
He does.
Yeah, he's got it. Just barely. Well played by Snav. Good game knowledge and good awareness of the time available to him. As now it's a 4-round lead for getting info, and for anything else, they need to find a way back in. Again, the sample size for these two teams very small. For anything else, they have 1 game. It was against Might. They won that, and 75% of their rounds came on the T side. Well, 75% wins. So, given the fact that they cannot now win this half, it does not bode well in the incredibly small sample size of their game versus Might. Conversely, getting info out of this map since May, and again, it's a different roster too. It's essentially Timbermen reunited. It's out of the map for this one as Fame will get 1 traded out as Dare goes down. Let's see what's going on here. For those wondering what's going on, we are also blindsided as it looks like Snav has left Boss to reunite with his old teammates in Dare and Shane long term on this getting info roster. Boss appeared to be playing with B-Wills and Sauce. So,
I don't know who Sauce is. It's an face at names, so it could be a player I'm unfamiliar with.
Though.
Yeah.
Man.
It's much like the arcade situation, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, could have the name, a different face at name, and that's why it's not showing up properly. Who really knows?
Yeah.
B-Wills
just makes me think of New England Whalers.
Old.
Yep. B-Wills, Ponalone, Floppy.
Slump and MarKE. On A. Rotation's already coming through from Snav, who lines up 2. Cypress, the last one around the smoke. Knows where a lot of them are, but on 5 HP, what can he do? The answer is nothing. Snav gets the kill on the USP and the Chaos. And getting info, a commanding 8-3 lead with the potential to find a 9th now. In fact, a likely chance to find a 9th given the shabby economy of anything else.
Yeah, it's going to be a forced buy again from anything else, as it's the last round of the half, so they have to go in all in here. But remember going all in. Swisher and Ponalone on Yeah Gaming.
Yeah Gaming. That is an old thing.
Yep. I mean, we got these old rosters. Oh, spam for Shane off that slump as he's primary off here over Dare. Adds a second as Slash comes in and knocks down a pair. Snav around the pillar, 1 for 1, but Dare is there to save the day. A 9-round defensive half for getting info. Here on the map pick of anything else, we'll be back after the break.
Second half is underway. Getting Info versus anything else. Getting Info commanding lead as they enter their T side, but Weeza and Fame are trying to right the ship. Shane finds one. Dare a second entering into the site. That's the site taken now, but they still want to fight for back square control. Dare one. Dare almost the second. Fame barely staying alive on low HP. He has the kit on his belt as well, and he finds Snav to boot. 1v2 for Shane. He's had a pretty good map for himself, but a clutch is required. First spotted. Ooh, a belabored shot onto the first, but he does get it. McNiff as well, just barely wins the duel. The spamming Glock can't find its mark. A very quick pistol ends with a bit of a start for a comeback on the side of anything else.
They need the pistol, but the bomb down plus 4 kills means Getting Info can get themselves a solid Galil and MAC-10 buy here into round 14. Slump on a Galil will not have a helmet. MAC-10, plenty of utility, plenty of armor for Dare. Shane goes Galil as well. Snav and MarKE will join the MAC-10 trio and look to run it up. 39 on 3, 4 on 2, and 8 stack onto MarKE. MAC-10's MP9 derived by Cypress self-flashes in. Slump is done and dusted. The A site is taken over. So far away, and Slash is coming through to cut in towards this offense. Now tries to hold the A site down against the onslaught of CTs. There's no money here for Getting Info. Offense probably going to be the most they can get if they can even achieve that great timing on the Molotov. Denies the plant. Now, things will be bad, the worst for Getting Info, but Dare needed to. He does get it. Snap. Another. But Shane is so low. 9 HP. But look at Slash and McNiff. And 5, 17 HP respectively. Another plant fake in as here comes a kill. It's the Snav MAC-10. Leaving it all up to McNiff now. Another fake plant. No, they're going to swing wide, and Snav will win the duel. Real risky play there. There was no trade potential from Shane. But Getting Info split the second half 1-1, lose the pistol, win the force, and get themselves 10.
Very solid rebuttal coming in from Getting Info. We've already had quite the lead. Now the economy of anything else is in a difficult spot. They go for the force, 5.7s, a Deagle, and an MP9. No kit, very lackluster utility. Getting Info should know that anything else is going to be desperate, and they shouldn't force the issue, at least not early. I say that. But through the smoke they go to mixed bags of results. 2 for 1 as the spam through the smoke comes through. Now 3 for 1. Shane gets at least 2 on the spam through the smoke. A little bit lucky, a little bit intuition in that one. Leaving Fame and McNiff. 2 versus 4. 1 in Cave, or Jaguar I should say. And Fame up towards Red Room. Does not clear the angle, but still McNiff only finds 1. Fame, is he going to try and attempt this retake, or is he going to save? It probably behoove him to save. Let's find something. Almost finds a headshot onto the first, but Dare is the one to get it instead. 11-4 for Getting Info. Anything else should be on a save unless they're that desperate.
Desperation. Maybe the case here is it's going to be 8 map points for Getting Info over anything else right now, should this round go as it should. AKA, superior firepower defeats the weaker firepower, the far inferior firepower. 2 Deagles, P250s, and 157 the dual CT side. Molotov goes in, Weeza's in front of it. Dare will have help from Slump. Limply on the ground. Slump another. He's been Dare this game, 17-10. But who on Getting Info hasn't? Everyone positive on the T side. This round continues to unfurl the way theoretically. Snav spamming away. Nade out. He'll fall at the very least. The nade does a lot more damage. Kill McNiff though. Backs right to MarKE. He's not ready for the second, but he'll flip around and land the headshot anyway on Fame. 12-4, 8 map points for Getting Info. Map pick though of anything else here. Mirage map 2, the pick of Getting Info, and the old Timberman Core's favorite to favorites. Anything else? A last-ditch buy of M4s and MP9. Not one defuse kit here, Nate. And that, we'll see if it comes back to bite them. Could be what separates them. Survive another round.
Getting info, quickly adjusting to an A site take. This is a very good call. It's all stacked towards middle for anything else who don't want to give up that central avenue of the map. Getting info, have read this perfectly. Weeza spamming, almost stops the bomb plant. Very good read from him, but instead all he finds is an early grave. Not much utility for this retake. No kit, as you mentioned. It feels like anything else are up against a wall at this stage. Snap, mauling them into Donut. And again, just spam through utility. Snap and MarKE find one to pop. One in back temple. That's a McNiff. He'll find nothing for his troubles. And Fame has had an okay map, but in a 1 versus 4, no kit, no utility, and no even aggression at this point. He's probably just playing for stats, and he'll find no such success as he is felled with no issue. 13-4, a one-sided affair for Getting Info as they dominantly take their opponent's map pick.
Not even a question. It started off a little shaky with the pistol round and then the Pineapple Phillips on the call. And Nate, when you're looking at Mirage, when we're knowing what this Getting Info core is capable of on this map, MarKE as well has been part of many great Mirage teams. It does not look better for anything else. It looks decently worse.
Yeah, it's looking, I'd say, dire at this point, given the map that they now find themselves on. They lost their map pick handedly, 13-4. And anything else are now, sure, on the defense at least of Mirage, but this is the bread and butter of everybody on this team. So, Getting Info, hefty advantage in this map. And again, this is a do or die. This is the end of stage 1 of this qualifier. So whoever loses this series will be eliminated from contention in the Pro League Season 22 North American Close Qualifier.
Yeah, this is single elimination right now. It is 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves. 1 team moves on, 1 team plays tomorrow. 1 team banished to the annals of history. Molotov into window, goes a little bit short on the side. Is lucky to get out of there alive. McNiff runs right to the chain. Looks quick, slow. Fame, though, dings as he continues to try and step away on the stairs. Nice little drive-by from Dare, but McNiff adds another one. Cypress over in towards Jungle will find MarKE as well. The bomb not down for Getting Info side. This is becoming a problem. Only Dare left, but he somehow finds a way to get a second kill. Maybe even getting a third as he taps away. Slash up top, Weeza down low. Good little double swing potential here, but the dink comes in, and Dare on his last trial comes up short. Looking for the ace. He did it all, but find the finishing blow. Anything else? They get the pistol round again to open the map. But they're going to need to counter this force buy that's coming through from Getting Info. They've hero bot Shane. And no one else is getting anything?
It's an interesting call. Shane is still has 1050 in the bank. Dare's the only one with nothing. He could scout in the following. That's probably what they're thinking. Only time will tell exactly what they have up their sleeve. Slow, 4 players at top middle. Trying to probably Congo line that AK. Let it try to find the entry and then the next person pick it up. Double swing from Pistols, the bait for the AK, which finds 2. The Glock finds a 3rd. Fame gets the trade on the Dare. Shane still has that AK in hand, and he trades out MarKE in underpass. It's a 1v1 for Shane, or it was a 1v2 to a 1v1. Just slash. He's on catwalk. The fake plant comes in. I believe the spot was there as well for Shane. He'll re-rotate around. Slash now will race forward and get space. Up close and personal is the name of the game for that MP9, which does so much damage. 2 dinks and 99. But the AK, with its coveted one-shot headshot ability, ekes out the victory. A 4K for Shane. And that proves that the hero AK was not unfounded for the offense.
Not unfounded at all. I was thinking, okay, you're going to give Shane an AK, so why not buy around him and really make a case for this round? But no, didn't even need to. just put Shane in a good position to get kills, and then he closes it out in that final duel. Barely got the job done. Up this next round now. That's on the Fame. McNiff up close and personal. Does get one before he falls. Cypress 1 for 1 as well. As Dare is there to avenge Shane. 2 for Dare. 1 for Shane. Slash still alive, but not for long as Slash. And Lisa joins him quickly as well. A 2-1 for getting info. As we see a repeat of what happened in that first map here. And now, what will we find here into round 3 with an eco round for anything else? 5-7 armor for Fame, a smoke, and that's it for the CT side from the looks of things. And a pretty much surefire third round on the cards for getting info as they look to settle in on Mirage.
Anything else? Pistols. Dualies are an interesting call against rifles. Eagle for Cypress as well could hit its mark. Getting info. Bread and butter has been just getting mid control and going from there. Anything else I've gone for the gamble stack B? 4 players present. 1 player in towards jungle. That's Fame. Getting info might peek into the stack. They need to be careful. Is swinging. Snab with the bomb goes forward. This could prove disastrous if they don't hit their shots. So much team damage there from Snav. He'll get the trade. Cypress is still here. Shane rotating in apartments, though. Should do well to keep his teammates safe. I say that. The dualies find one almost a second. Fame on site does get the trade, but in the 1v1, will the 5-7 have enough stopping power? MarKE playing the distance game out towards Get Right. I believe he was spotted as well. Fame dancing, tiptoeing, looking for the deagle now in hopes of a one-shot headshot. But MarKE has repositioned well. Totally unexpected on this angle. Fame. All on timing, and MarKE simply has the advantage. Well played by the veteran. And a third round secured for getting info, but it was anything but easy.
No, it was dirty, it was messy, it was not clean at all, and getting info are going to have to be careful to not get overconfident. Because right now that seems to be their plight. Just running it around, just having all the confidence in the world, thinking they've done it all they need to do. But it's not quite there yet. They have to get the job done. Job's not finished. Job's not done. Gotta get it over the line, and then you can celebrate and be confident. It's a long road through this qualifying track. It is not an easy job to do. And to get this overconfident early on is not exactly a good thing, especially when teams like M80 are in that next round, in that second stage. I believe NRG are in it as well, Wild Card 2. A lot of good teams that are sitting in this qualifier right now. Whew, what an opener. That is quite a nice shot.
Yes, it is. There's been no take as of yet either. Getting info of so much utility, and anything else other than smoke and a flash. Not even a kit. We're going to need to win this by duels. Slash is on the MarKE. Cypress posted with the op. There's no utility to come out of connector, and that might prove to be what gives anything else a second round. Fame jumping up at ramp finds yet another Dare and Slump. They both find a kill pop, but McNiff is not expected in Sandwich. He'll find one. He'll wait as long as he can for this rotation to come through. Dare gets the trade, sure, but he's now at 13 HP. He has the right idea, the right inkling as to where this player is, but he just simply doesn't have the HP to take that duel. Slash gets the kill, gets a second for his team, but again, expensive rounds for both teams as only one player survives.
Yeah, very messy game or round from both these two teams, and that has been the tale of the tape. Just messy, messy, messy. And for anything else, they get their win, but they also fall to that getting info, only having one alive. Getting info to start clearing their corners. They're not expecting an extra guy on A. They're not expecting that player in Sandwich, and they pay for it. If they clear Sandwich, that's the round. Done and dusted. It's 4-1 getting info. flip it around over to get anything. It should be a second as well, unless McNiff just gets run over, and that could lead to the rest of the round as well. Going to play is getting info here. Still blown up. Slash does pick up this one. Dare, though, right in their face, and Snap there to help as Dare continues to scale forward. Slash comes through, Weeza through the smoke, and Dare as he tries to KZ into connector, cannot keep himself alive. A 3K from Slash gets threes all over the board. And a tie score line into round number 7 here, but the buy is back for getting info. And again, the economic damage done by the losing team has been substantial. Not a great shape for anything else here. There's no utility for Cypress. A little out for Slump, lack of utility on him and Shane in particular. Also goes poorly for getting info economy. Matter of who is going to have the right money. Who is going to have the right play? Who is going to have the X Factor moment that turns the tide, whether that be a call, whether that be an individual prowess performance. And speaking of individuals, Dare's 12 and 5. Shane and Snap are 6 and 5. MarKE and Slump are 1 and 5.
It's been an individually heavy top of the scoreboard for getting info. Houston might be upset by Weeza. It's actually fallen back from the ladder and is now back towards behind the rat hole. It's a very slow one for getting info. Again, anything else getting aggressive over towards A, this time in Palace. Weeza. It's one in window. Slump finds fame, though. There's no way they expect this player in Palace either. He's been here before. No, there's no way. Op finds one. Now McNiff springs the trap, finding two. The last is known to be in window. He's been dueling with Slash, who wins that fight handedly as well. 4-3. Anything else? Looking quite solid on this CT side. More than happy to let getting info set up, take control, and then from there, close things out on their terms. But anything else have been consistently getting aggressive over at A. You see that get called out by getting info.
Yeah, anything else are just going hyper aggro around the map. Now it's McNiff out in middle. He's kind of been the one that's the catalyst to go for these aggressive plays. It's odd as the cat jumps and lands on it. But that's going to scale Dare and his golden and a Molotov too. Only take him down to 63, so all things considered, he gets out of that relatively unscathed. And now it's mid-deagle play on the full deagle, getting info. They do spot the jump from McNiff, but it does that name would also do basically nothing to who might have been an underpass. That's the fear of the deagle and still anything else. Weeza pushes in. There's one from Shane. Dare was on the bench as well, fishing around for frags. McNiff top of the line, Slash supporting. McNiff goes 0 for 2 as he has 2 targets, but a nice little double up Cypress. MarKE has the last alive. What can MarKE do here? Nothing at all. 5 now to 3 in favor of anything else on the CT side. Guns out for getting info, but some early miscues, some early mistakes from getting info. Not clearing corners, not doing their due diligence have cost them. And what could have been a relatively easy half has now become something they're going to have to battle back in if they want to at least keep this close going into half number 2, the defensive side of this map.
It is. Tactical pause used. Good time to do it. Slump has his op in hand. We're going to have some technical problems, but we'll be back shortly.
Well, for right now, we're going right back into it as tech pause was short. Very brief one, which is good. Never like to see those go long. Slump's on the op here. So it looks like Dare has foregone the op again, Nate. He had the op briefly on Ancient. Didn't exactly have the impact he wanted with it. He's gone to the rifle, letting Slump hold the A3, and Dare's rifling capabilities have been at the forefront of getting Info's success in this map. And Slump's a little bit slow. We saw him have a couple of good kills with the op at the tail end of Ancient. We'll see if he's able to do something here on the T-side Mirage. Cypress is off over soloing in towards apartments. The damage onto McNiff. Palace and split. Fame over towards Khan. Beats that firebox. Gets himself one, but not quite two. Shane on the fadeaway has a massive one onto McNiff, who was tagged down low. Just Cypress and Slash to try and rotate in. Bomb's gone down. Only a over the retake util. The spam not finding MarKE is rather unlucky for Slash and Co, who are probably just going to try and save. Cypress is so removed. They have to make a decision here. Slash has been spotted, but Cypress knows there's somebody in Palace. Smoke goes in, soft strikes. Now Shane takes the damage through the wall there, but around the corner, runs into Cypress time. The massive factor. And I don't think Cypress has it. He knows it. He's going to bail out. 4 rounds to getting info now as they are 1 away from tying it up. Cypress will hit the nice little jump.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, Shane going down is not good for getting info, who do not have a great economy.
No, they don't. Slump. He didn't lose any armor, thankfully, so he can drop an AK. The economy continues to be scrappy for both teams. For Moss's, for anything else. Still an op for Cypress, though. Dared on a MAC 10, your star right now on an SMG. Not the best to see. He's missing the skill jump there. Cypress going to nade the smoke, try to go for the peak middle, maybe? Nope, he thinks better of it. Getting info back to their roots, back to getting mid control and going from there. Spam through the smoke, looking for something. No such luck for Dare's SMG.
Cheeky kill here. Look up. But that could be his upgrade. Opener on catwalk from Snav. There still is the player up in ladder. But Cypress finds Snav. Levels it up in a 4 versus 4. I like Dare's position here, though. He's that linchpin on the rotation. There's not anything else expected in there. Cypress is op revealed B. Maybe the op will rotate. And there goes Fame for free. Weeza caught by the op of Slump. And now it's a 1-1 split for anything else, as they don't know where getting info are going to end. 35 seconds to go. McNiff could find a way to stalwart this site defense, but I don't think he's going to be able to find it. I mean, the bomb's going to be down. Drops on the angle. Slump's not going to miss that at all. Nice shot from Slump. Gets the crook of the elbow, and Cypress has nothing to do with this round now. He's just got to save that default op skin. And we're all tied up at 5 here, heading into the last 2 rounds of the first half of map number 2. Pick of getting info, and Cypress might not even get allowed to save this as MarKE pops up underpass. And good night, Cypress. The tree is cut down. Getting info. Leave no survivors and anything else. Are they really going to go double force here?
They're that low on a couple players. Maybe they're
Loss
not.
bonus is going to be 3rd round here.
They really want the op, though.
Fame's gone all in. So is Slash.
The only person who hasn't necessarily is McNiff in Cypress, and I think they're trying to save a little bit on them for ops and utility later on. Back towards A, though. Definitely had an opportunity with Eagle. Fortunately, finds nothing. More team damage, more team love there from getting info, but the only real resistance they meet is Fame, is felled by the op. Eagle 5-7 for anything else. 3 AKs. Info spam comes through, barely does any damage. Just a bit of a love tap onto Shane through the box. Should be an advantage for getting info. 6-5.
Weeza does get the drop off the slump, falling on the dares, but Shane peeks out and takes him down. Deagle and Slash getting a couple of kills here. Nate does a little bit of damage, but it doesn't go all the way down the stairwell. Unlucky for Dare. Now double swinging on from default. Nice decision from those two longtime teammates to go for that play. And getting info with their lead back. It's been a while, but they're back in control. And they're looking to establish a 7-5 lead going into the second half on their map pick. Let's see what they can do. Famas, MP9s, M4s, no kit, very minimal utility. McNiff and Fame have it. Smoke and a flash on Slash and Weeza. And Cypher, absolutely nothing in the bank as far as utility is concerned. And well, in the bank account as well, not matters in the end of the half, but the fact that he has no utility, there's no kit, and both Fame and Slash are bot one is a bit of a problem. And Shane smells a rat here. He knows that's a bait push. So he's not going to go all in. The op pick on the Weeza helps out smooth things for Info, but McNiff spam levels it out at a 4 versus 4. A lot of opportunity here for anything else to tie this up at the half, and for getting Info. They've been caught unawares a lot of times, and some worrying signs on this map. Oh, did Snav see Fame? Did Snav? He does now. But he shoots a little bit too early. Now Fame's able to cross over. Smoke down. He pops up. Snav up on stairs. He's not going to miss that opportunity. He loves this map. This is his home. And he pugs through that smoke. Nice little drive-by from Shane as well. Bomb to go down momentarily. Slash on the extremity over towards Catwalk. McNiff's periphery position is over in CT. 2 flashbangs, all they have again. No kit for the CT side. Even if they do get the kills, time will be a massive factor. Smoke, 2 flashes and an 8 utility, and just a dry peek from Snav, who had a friend with him in the form of Slump. Slash in a 1 versus 4 up against half, and now we're up against the break. It's 7-5, getting Info, another lead, and we'll see you in 3 minutes.
We go to broad daylight, feeding every night like Friday night. I keep the party on rock and the Bombay ice. Gotta see stars like Broadway lights. I told a baby girl, you don't gotta kick it with the daydreamers. You can skip the line, I'm the gatekeeper. Plus I got the crowd going crazy, dance floor blazing up, going. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so. With the VIPs in your city, getting litty as a BIC, huh? Yeah, screaming life's a gift, so we live to the bullets till we DIE. DJ, put it back on, keep it hype, we don't wanna hear no sad songs. Everybody up in here just wanna celebrate. Sip a little drink, get the dance on. That's all, listen, everything good over here. We don't want no problems, we just want cheers. Toast to the good life, wine, liquor, beer. Haters getting blocked if they trying to interfere. Swag on 100 and my drip too fresh. Certified stunner, need a big blue check. I don't got no time for no BS, I no negative ideas in my vibe, cause I'm just too blessed. Run it back. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so. When they see me show up, I be feeling glowed up. When they see me show up, I be feeling so.
7-5, narrow lead for Getting Info as we enter the second half of Mirage. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic. And Getting Info now. On the side of the map, they should be favored on. They are slightly more T-sided, but by less than 2% of the time. Anything else? I just struggle on this T side. I'd say this round is a very much win for the offensive here. Slump in jungle, misses his shots. He should not be long for this world. They jump around, they find him. MarKE through the rat hole tries to find something. Instead, it's Snav as the second casualty through up into ladder. 3 versus 5. Now Kit is in play. Derek, good one tap onto the first. Fame though drops MarKE in the meanwhile. Both in CT being wrapped upon. Shane trying to press forward and find something. Instead, it's Slash and McNiff to slash down the final pair of Getting Info players, and that's both pistol rounds won by anything else on the second map.
That's a critical pistol round, too. It's not a blowout scoreline like it was in the first map, either. It was 10-2 at the half in favor of, or 9-3, excuse me, in favor of Getting Info. But now, anything else are right there with Getting Info. One step behind, and it should be tied unless we get something out of the USPs, which, if you're anything else at that point, it's a good old classic we lose to Glocks moment, except it's the USP instead. They should not lose this round. They should not struggle much in this round, losing 2 else, and they're going to turn mid into a meat grinder. Only Dare left alone, stuck in towards the window room. Before he's exposed, gets one, and that is all. 7-7, our score. As the guns will come out here for Getting Info, no op for Dare or Slump. I'm going to guess they're just going to main op Slump at this point.
Probably.
And we'll see what anything else could do against the full rifle buy.
It's been quick rounds in their favor. That MAC-10 and that Lil can still do damage. 3/5 of Getting Info have no helmets. Going out under. Snav does as well, but he falls back into Con. Spam. You'll do this for both teams. Nade opened the smoke, though. Gives Slump the opening at range. He drops a Slash. That's a big one to find early on. The boost up into window, not looking for Snav at jungle either.
Doesn't even
It's a
check
big,
the
risky
angle.
call. No utility either, so it's really kind of surprising me.
Yeah, it doesn't check both sides before crossing the street.
Slump.
Slump.
One and done. But Snav quickly on CT stops that bomb plant. Cypress is across the map. This has been a very disjointed anything else play where they kind of just go for contact and take what they can. Getting Info are too aware of where these players can press.
Well, there's a nice easy kill for Dare to end off the round, and the first gun round, an easy one for Getting Info. Will they get the op out yet? No, they will not, but anything else will go back to a buy. Galil, AK's on 3, Galil's on 2. Utility incredibly sparse for anything else. They're going to have to rely on the frags to come through in full force. Also, MarKE's 3 and 12, 15 rounds into the game.
Very quiet.
And the fact that Getting Info have a lead, I think, speaks more to the individual performances of Dare and company than anything else. Because anything else, if they have an opponent on 3 and 12, should probably be in the lead.
So they should. The kills are kind of evenly spread between both teams as well. There's a top. But still, it has been a relatively homogenous spread across the remaining 9.
I almost want to do the kill math, but I don't think I'm going to.
It's close. MarKE catwalk, a chance at bat. Finds nothing, won't overstay his welcome, just throws utility, buys time. Next to no utility left for anything else, so we're going to try to win this with fights alone. Snav towards stairs. Might find some timings, everything he does not. Fame catches Snav on the edge of the smoke. Out there in a difficult spot at default. Can't find the kill on Weeza. Getting Info picked apart No utility being thrown by anything else, or very few pieces of it, and yet they still find success. Slump doesn't stop the bomb plant. Looking for anything to be given. Will find the first good shot, spots 2 more, but can't get a second kill in his favor. MarKE and Shane probably destined to try and save, but McNiff on this hunt should at least find MarKE in market, or Shane in market. There it is. MarKE in apartments. Don't overextend, MarKE. Although he is being boxed in upon. I'm not sure he survives either.
If he fights his way out, he might. Top one. And a messy set. Will they continue to go in on him, though, is a better question. Yeah, they are. Weezer might just die, though, and he does! The nade keeps MarKE alive. And so MarKE doubles his kills in that round on the save. That ought to be a good way to boost his confidence. But we'll see if getting info can get back into this one, as that was a pretty rough round for them. And anything else went all in to try and take everything out of their hands. 2 M4s, a Deagle, and that's it for getting info. Anything else? Low on money, still low on utility, incredibly low on utility. And AKs across the board. Looking for an opening. Sprints out middle with a boost from Shane. Fields something special. Spot the smoke on the outlet. And his enemies from seeing each other. Now they're here. Now Shane somehow still flying down around as well. MarKE and Intro fell. And Weezer comes through underpass, does take down that. Up comes the US down to go. Slump AK line up, but he only gets the 1. He didn't realize there was 2. And so, the 1 versus 2, just out of his grasp. 9 to 8 back to the favor of anything else. Slump has his op now, Nate. And that has been what he's been the best with on this map. And again, anything else, still in that economic hardship mode. In that recession. I would say it's almost a depression for them, because every time they get something, they just lose it again.
Economy not been great. Slump trying to cross the smoke. Blooms is tagged quite low. Doesn't get a kill for Shovels either. Just a leg onto Fame. Weezer walking up, passes Shane's utility. Shane, will he expect this? Will MarKE expect this? MarKE just might just get punished. MarKE now stuck in a rock in a hard place. Swing comes in. MarKE good for 1. McNiff, though, a trade. And Shane trying to stay alive as long as possible. Swings out, finds nothing. McNiff gets 1. Slump cannot support with the op. Finally finds Cypress, but can't find a second. This jump up cap could work out, but the player close. It's Fame. Misses the shot on low HP. You're right, that makes this doable. Slash and bench. So much damage, but he just doesn't get it across the line. It's a dare to get another. And it's just McNiff now. He was known to be at Van, but he's likely rotated, so they think. McNiff, a real opportunity around the smoke. He finds the first. More smokes thrown in for added chaos. Tap comes through. McNiff spamming, tries to stop the defuse. He will find Snav on the smoke, however. 10 to 8 as McNiff pulls off a stellar 1 versus 2. And anything else, again, barely survive by a breadth of 1 player.
But getting info's economy is dashed again. Nothing they can do to reinvest here unless they're going to go on in for a force buy, a half buy, more prudent. And that's the call they'll make. But anything else, looking to extend their lead to 3 and really establish a stranglehold on Mirage. Bomb in backseat. And an A lead, heavy A lead from getting info here. Mid's ignored, except for MarKE boosted up at bricks. So, no real B presence, no real mid presence, only A presence. But anything else are walking back into mid here, and they might just yield a kill over to MarKE, who's up on catwalk, spots 1, nice shot on a Fame. That's a crisp one that will open up the round of 4, getting info, but it's no retaliation from anything else. They have the player in apartments and Weez's Mac 10, but that's forced away. Does not want to overextend and overstay its welcome. The gun, at least, is unrecoverable, so that's something anything else can lay their hat on. But the B push seems to be on the cards here. They're going in for it. Don't have a lot of utility left. Does anything else continue to have no money left over? They continue to just buy down to brass tacks every single round with nothing in the bank. Yeah, it's keeping them ahead by an inch. That inch might soon shrink to a hair as Shane with one, a tag and a bag from Shane again. Around, has one and two, looking for the third, has help as well, running around the corner. MarKE reloading. Sniff still looking for more. Has two, needs the third. In comes the flank. Snav with one. 1v1 against the op of Cypress. The op is out. The MP9 is caught. And Snav does not utilize that SMG to its fullest extent, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. It's Cypress to retain the lead, but anything else, survive with one for what seems the 5th round in a row.
Yeah, again, slimmest of margins. But if they can do it consistently, more than good enough. Slump has his op again, getting info. We finally saw MarKE wake up, but now everybody else needs to wake up. Need to get it across the line. They get it to the line, but they can never get it across, or at least it feels like they can't. Slump, boosted up, B-Apps, finds the opening. Good start. Again, it's never over till it's over. Even when we get to these clutch rounds, it's anything else 9 times out of 10. There in the smoke. Finds another for his team. Fame now knows he's stuck. He will get the trade, but takes a lot of damage for it. 4 versus 3, now 4 versus 2. Fame finished off. Slash and Cypress. Slash known to be on catwalk. Cypress, he's middle with the op as well. Slash has made it to ladder.
What can they really do from these positions? Shane's got the sniper's nest run on lock. He's got help from Snav. Palace is covered by MarKE. Catwalk's watched by the op of Slump. I mean, anything else might just want to save here. As weird as it sounds. They don't really have
quite
money.
low. Yeah.
They can save an op and an AK into the next round. It's not like they've been buying utility anyways. They're going to go for something. Slash drops in the window, jumps across, around the murder hole, reloads, and stomps his way into the site, but Slump has it. He stops the bomb, so the op is last standing and the last to fall. Slump wins the opper's duel, and it's now a 2-round lead, but no money at all for anything else. And I think they might just go for the force here, because they're on double eek for the most part. And that seems to be the case. Cypress goes in on the Deagle. Weeza, Tech 9, Slash the same, as is Fame, and McNiff. So only Cypress goes the route of the Deagle. Everybody else goes for the Tech. They have more utility this round than they have in the most rounds prior. And looks like a B run is on the cards, and 4s on Shane and MarKE to defend.
Oh!
MarKE on the spam, as Weeza has Musubi. Shane, Molotov ready. Spots. Valve McNiff runs in, and Shane will eventually 1G himself. And McNiff 1 round! MarKE tapped, and Snav falls to the ground. McNiff has opened up the round entirely on his own, doing the damage to cause the 1G, then the 1 tap. And now Slump around that smoke, blind as a bat, can't see anything. Dare rushing in, clears left, sees none, walks in, re-smoke out. Dare up on the track. Can't get anything. Now he does. In comes McNiff, 1 more. No more ammo, and Cypress around takes initiative. And it's map point 4. Anything else? 3 of them to be exact. And no money for getting info. They're going to have to go all in here. A glass cannon for Slump. They've somehow found 3 M4s in utility. And Shane, what can he buy? MP9? FAMAS? And it's anything else who used the timeout here. An interesting call, as I would have assumed getting info would be the ones to want to call a timeout into this situation.
I would agree, but these chaotic rounds, it's been chaotic time and again. Keep in mind, it's always been clutches. That round was no different. It was a 1v1. They're scrounging for a weapon with ammo. Instead, he gets caught by the swinging player on Catwalk. The individuals getting anything else to the line. McNiff huge in that round. Gets Shane to burn himself alive. Gets the one tap using the scrounged M4. Absolutely stunning work from anything else to get to this point to somehow potentially trade map picks with getting info.
Let's see. Slumpsop is back. He's been better than Cypress. What do we have here? Slow and steady is the play. They lean under pass. The pick from Slump is punished by Cypress. And that all-powerful op. Swap to Snap, who punishes Weeza in due turn. So it's not quite Slumpsop, but it is last dare on the ladder, but he's caught by McNiff. McNiff has fire, the grab a second, but he goes to the bomb! And now it's a 1-versus-1 between Slash and Shane. The battle of the SMGs as Slash jumps to Cat to grab an M4. He'll hop over the con. He will see nothing, but be seen by nothing as well. The bomb down on site, though, means Shane has all the advantages. Just a matter of not getting caught unawares. 47 seconds, a lot of time to work with for either of these two players, but particularly for Slash, who can work his way around CT spawn. No idea where Shane could be at this point. But it really all comes down to the mind games in this cat and mouse.
This A1S is a one-shot headshot. Shane has no helmet. It's effectively an AK, and that could have been the difference maker for the M4. But Shane also has a one-shot headshot with an MP9, and he simply had the timing on that peek from ramp.
Yep.
Getting info, stay alive.
One-shot headshot. MP9 one-shot headshot.
I would have definitely given it. Definitely gave the edge to the A1S, given how it moved around. I loved that little play up Catwalk as well, the quick movement.
Also, shame on you for thinking the A1S wins out in a long-range duel against an MP9. Like, why would you ever think the MP9 would be beat by anything?
That's true.
It is the best gun in the game.
State of it.
Chunky
Pistols.
nade on the McNiff.
Don't count them out. Sure, they don't have Tech 9s and armor, but don't count them out. Don't count them out. McNiff. A 1D doesn't commit either. The rifle is down rather towards Van, so it's probably not recoverable. The Glock almost doesn't Dare, who has no helmet. Dare will in fact double down. The P250 instead will be the one to find the next kill for the T side. It slinks in through jungle and finds one in MarKE. But it's only an MP9.
MarKE tucks into ladder room as McNiff waits on the other side. I don't know if he's seen him. Dare has. The op strikes and the nade lands. Slump with the finish and Slash the last alive. He'll move forward. 9 jumps up and is sent down. 1 round from overtime. So 1 round from map 3. Nuke the decider if we get that far. The buy is last ditch for anything else. Galil's on 3. AK's on 2. It's a kitchen sink buy from the T side. Also, McNiff should drop an HE to somebody, but we'll see. Bomb back in the hands of Slump, although Dare's on for a potential 30 bomb here. 26 and 18. 26 in regulation, as crazy as it is. The fact that if he 4Ks out of this round, he gets a 30 bomb in regulation is beyond wild. We'll see now. MarKE drops the covers. They will not ward off McNiff, who continues to scale in. McNiff goes for 2, but he's only got 1. Shane will give himself cover. Walks into 2 more up on Catwalk. But Snap comes through, makes a lot of damage. 1 more, bringing to a 3v3. Dang through the wall, I think, on the Cypress. That was what the chest shot should have done. Cypress, though, crosses into Slump, but now Slash takes half damage over on Get Right. Out goes Slump, down he falls. Anything else, hold on by the skin of their teeth. We're going to a third map of Nuke as it's 13-11 to wrap up Mirage.
Stunning performance overall from anything else. The individuals that really got it across the line. It was a lot of, but it's not going to be easy. All those teams you mentioned earned their spots for the most part. Actually, I think they had to earn their spots. There was no closed invites to that
It was all
second
open.
stage. It's all open. So, again, can't take anything for granted. Granted, Getting Info did just retool their roster, but a lot of these players are familiar playing with one another. But even then, can't use that as an excuse. Nothing but the best play will get you through to Pro League.
Precisely.
Yard live.
Looks like, I'm going to guess Getting Info won the knife round, because nobody's going to voluntarily start T-side on Nuke.
I agree. You have dualies on MarKE and Dare with the flash on Snav, and full Kevlar for anything else who are looking to deathball potentially out ramp. Shane at elbow needs to be very careful. Dinked Gush down by Slash. The swing from Weeza wasn't even necessary. Slump second at bat. Does find one. Needs to be careful about the numbers here. He finds a second. MarKE in the meanwhile drops Cypress, and while Slash will finally get control of Hell, his team does not have the advantage. There, top hut. First to take contact, doesn't actually force the duel. McNiff might just be able to slink in, depending on the timing. All three players for Getting Info are towards A. Yes, they are. Bomb is slowly wrapping around up towards Heaven. They're going to group up. They're going to play the numbers game. MarKE, though, is still posted from bottom site as it snaps. Swing comes in. The dualies miss their mark. McNiff finds one. Slash finds a second, and the round advantage has been turned on its head. Snav trying to race forward to stop the bomb plant. Can't do so. Can't get the kill onto McNiff either. Snav on site does not expect Slash to be down below at that angle. And so it is the round stolen away by anything else, despite the early successes of I believe it was Slump down below in Hell.
It was, and Slump just kind of got overwhelmed. He got two. He did his job. He shouldn't have had to get more out of that situation, but as it stands now, Getting Info are just going to be on the outside looking in, forcing into this next round. It's going to be MP9s on 3, a 5-7 for MarKE. Slump has that scout, but it's a full buy from anything else. Of course, they won the round. Mac 10 for Weeza, rifles and everybody else. Does aggression from Jimmy might and it does. Nice little read from Cypress. Slash was up top on. Really no way to get out of that, and Shane tries to jump around, but he hits the top of the doorway there, and that's just insult to injury. Unlucky, and they say luck's a skill, Nate, and while Getting Info might have had a little bit of luck go their way in the first map, particularly that Slump 1 versus 2 on A site, round 2. I don't know if there's going to be anything else. Getting Info, luck, is anything else to be having it. Here's a 5-7 play from MarKE that lands 2 into a 2 versus 2. Back 10 around the corner. Nice read by Cypress, but Slump's right there for the trade. Bomb down right in front of Slash, but also in front of Slump. He does not know where Slash is, but given Slash's position, Slump has the advantage in this duel. Not quite in terms of firepower, but in terms of positioning. This one, a lot riding on the shoulders of Slash here. Did not lose to the force by round 2. Spotted! And he's sprayed down. Well done from Slump, who's been really, really good for Getting Info. Been, honestly, my star of the game right now if I had to give one to Getting Info.
I wholeheartedly agree. He's been having impact on every map. He's not slumped on any of them. Consistent impact from him, whether it be op or rifle in hand. And another round where the pistol second round conversion is failed. Deagles and a Tech 9 for anything else. Don't count these pistols out. We saw them have tremendous success on Mirage. There, though, finds the first onto McNibb. He felt like the raid boss in that last map. Weeza, though, pushing ramp, catches Shane, and Slump needs to be worried about this pistol up close. Another Dare reloading, nearly taken down. Snav has his back. Still 3 versus 3. Weeza has that AK as well. The spam could take Dare out of the round. Spots one. Good dink, but not the kill.
Considering the
down.
circumstances, it's not bad.
Oh, it's certainly not great when your teammates only have MP9s and that rifle is now recoverable. They're lurking out heaven. Might just see MarKE's feet. Else keeping their options open. Timing's everything. Smoke caught. Second player heaven spotted, but Slash at range gets the deagle kill. It's Snav now rotating secret in the 1v2.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb hits dirt. Snav will go up hell. Fame is here with that one rifle. It's on timing for the first duel.
There's the backstab. Bomb ticks away. Kit for Snav. Smokes down. And a long-range duel against Slash is not going to be good for the MP9, and Slash only needs one shot to win it. So the Force Spy goes one way, then swings back the other. And getting info will go right back into it. I think it's safe to say that the Force Spy wars have begun. Cue the Acclimator class assault ship's name. We're getting into it here.
Be a full day of broadcast without at least one Star Wars Force Spy reference.
They would. So I gotta make it count.
It's true. Galil's AK and MP9 versus an MP9 pistols. Again, those Deagles found success in the last round for anything else. Why can't they for getting info this time around? Let's start throwing the MarKE. Second from Cypress on to Snav. There. In his position, just spamming, hoping to find something. There is some trades, a bit of hecticness over in towards lobby. Dare and Shane on MP9s versus 2 AKs on Weeza and Slash. Slash dropping down vents. He's going to go plant towards B. Where's Weeza going to go? If these rifles split up, it could be a dangerous predicament.
Bomb has been planted.
He's going towards the vents. He should know they're both going towards ramp now.
It's all gonna come down to timing, though. Needs to get in position. Might not even matter if Slash can win.
At range, those AKs have such an advantage.
There's no way he wins this. He's done. Or whether it's Slash, he should not have it. He doesn't have the kit either. He's out of time, and he knows it. He's gonna have to bail here. Looks for an AK, finds nothing. Looks to go up, but I don't think he's getting out of this alive. Slash, whether it's the bomb. That might just put Slash to bed, though. So from T side. But overall, getting info. Showing the same worrying signs that we saw on Mirage here on Nuke early on, especially on the CT side, too. This is a pretty abysmal start.
Yeah, it definitely leaves me wanting for more. Should be a full save on this one, maybe a flash. Anything else? Still being hamstrung economically, though. Kind of like how we saw on Mirage, where every round gets close and scrappy. Just one deagle for Dare. All we see for the CT side.
Ooh.
And well, the one deagle will at least make it work in the early goings. Weeza caught crossing outside. Good start for getting info, but still a long way to go in this round.
Starts with one kill. For 2. Bomb goes down the ramp and into B. And he gets the kill onto Slash. The USP strikes for another. It's a man advantage for getting in with him to recover everything he's done. And now it's a level playing field of a 3 versus 3, but Dare has a Galil now in hand, and Shane still has that RP around the vent. Might just be able to pop out and pop Fame. It's Dare instead, as it's another gun recoverable for getting info, and anything else, they need to get the bomb down. Not quite as urgent yet.
Bomb has been
Not an emergency. But it's ticking away. These players have full HP, but McNiff has no helmet. He's a one-shot headshot to any weapon that getting info possess right now. That might just pose a problem. They're saving.
I think it's A. I think it's A.
No.
Molly backside.
No.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. They were on the site when the bomb got planted.
I don't know.
terrorists win.
Pistol goes down to bomb as well. That's Shane taken out. 1-4. 3 rounds in a row for anything else. 2 survive again. Not good for the T economy, but not as bad as only 1 surviving. Investment coming through. Again, Galil still in play for anything else. Not the best, but also not the worst. Getting info. Eye around what they got. 2 Galils, 2 M4s. Slump has his op. We'll see where he goes with that weapon. We'll see if getting info can right the ship, because this has been quite the slide early on in the decider.
Weeza probing around outside. Clears. Anything else have done their due diligence on their angles for the vast majority of these rounds, Nate. I think that's been the biggest difference maker, too. They haven't been making the mistakes. Getting info have been making a lot of mistakes. They've been able to bail themselves out of those situations in a large scenario because of their aim and their firepower advantage over anything else. But when you come down to it, anything else is
Clear from Fane. Doubling down now with Snav. Spots the third and heavy. Shane needs to be careful here about extending. Buying time for MarKE to come up the vents. He'll find one. He'll tag a second. Okay, Shane doing his hero performance. MarKE still in the vents. Slump flanking through Trophy with an op. Cypress gonna walk back in. There's the kill from Slump. Slash factor up the ladder. He comes on the ladder. He'll find one. 2 versus 2. Weeza has site control. He'll now put that bomb to dirt.
They have no way to force him out. And Weeza knocked himself down. He's got MarKE dead to rights, and Slump, what can he do? They know where he is. Weeza's gonna walk into that smoke, and Slump's gonna go right around him. I think he expects somebody in this smoke. There
Okay.
he goes, and
Now you go for it.
kid too, yeah, he's got to go for this. He's got to get the kill though. This no Slash is 20 HP. There's no way. Is he gonna hold? He's holding. Press
Slash.
him over top. And he hits the headshot he needed. Nothing for Slump, and 5 on T side. Nuke for anything else. Would you believe it if you heard this scoreline after map number 1? There is no way. But Mirage has been a resurrecting experience for anything else, a crucible which purifies the metal. As they're coming out of this iron hard.
I feel like the end of Mirage, where anything else were on the T side, winning rounds in clutch situations and by narrow margins. They were doing it consistently. And it's just punishing this CT side economically. It's going to be a half line from M4s to pistols. Slump saving up a little bit extra to make sure he can get an op. It's been Slash's map thus far onto the anything else side. Fame. Line Snap. Snap was playing Tetris slash Top Hut. Good opener to find. It's a very slow default. It's been their call.
But it's worked. They haven't been able to change it. That was an opening pick, and now Dare does pick up Slash outside. Cypress going to try and pushing in. Lost two, but only gets one. 5-7 splits the goal post on the double swing between Fame and McNiff. And down the ramp they go in towards B. Getting info, rotating back in. It's going to be there first with double doors. He will not stop, he will stop the plant, but he will not kill the planter. Takes care of Fame, however. And McNiff has just enough time to sprint this up to A. And I know anything else know this. Already up the vent ladder is MarKE. Dare is just holding towards B, and McNiff is going to run all the way up. MarKE is going to go in towards Hut. And surely shut this down as he's going to walk out the doors. Get the bomb down. Not ready for it at all. And at long last, getting info, get their second on the board. But that has been a long time coming, and for anything else, feels like they just let that slip through their fingers. That was a map around, rather, that they should have had a lock, and they just don't really lock down on it. They just let it slip away. They got sloppy.
They do. They'd be a bit complacent, expecting to win those early duels. Either way, only 2 surviving for getting info. They'll invest. That was a half-buy round. Anything else? As we mentioned, when you can win clutch rounds consistently, it's okay, I guess. But the issue is you don't have any economy built up behind you. So in that case, when you finally don't win the round, when you finally come up short, you have no money. Look at anything else as an example. They won so many rounds in a row. And here they are with Mac 10s, a scout. Dire straits of an investment versus the riflery of getting info.
Need to blow open the smoke. A nice spot for Snav, and he'll capitalize onto Weeza, but down go the rest of anything else. In towards the B sprint. The skirmish will occur momentarily. Out goes Fame, and down he falls. Shane 2 on the catwalk. Does get done in by Cypress, but it's a 4 versus 2. No bomb plant down. And a missed opportunity there from Cypress, as he can't take down the ramp players in Dare and Slump. Bomb in no man's land. No real chance for anything else. It's just economic damage. What can they do? Maybe get a plant down as well, but Slash closing the gap might be able to tie this the first. Slump can't get anything, but the Molotov fades at an inopportune time. Cypress now half HP. No left for him. And getting info 2 in a row. Close the gap to 2 rounds. They find resurgence, they find life. This CP side Nuke after all, expect them to live. But it's been very difficult so far, but it seems they're coming back alive here, and anything else are cooling off in the cooling pool over in the slower site.
Bomb has been defused.
Yes, they are.
Terrorists win.
Still go for pistols and armor, though, thanks to that bomb plant. We Slash can. No pause yet either. Oh, there we go. See one being used by getting info.
Right? Interesting.
Maybe knowing it's going to be pistols and aggressive.
Maybe they just want to make sure nobody goes and does something stupid. Semphis is the coach of this team, after all. Nobody go aggressive. Nobody donate a rifle.
If it's an online tournament, are the coaches allowed to talk outside of pause time? Because
I don't believe so. Especially given the fact that there are, I believe they have to use a league-sanctioned chat room.
oh, and that would make it easier.
So, don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure there is something along those lines. Or at least communication has to be recorded. There's an opener from Slump. He has to be careful not to get overrun. There he goes. McNiff has an op now. He's tagged to the back twice. But op opener, and now potentially another pick as Dare goes 1 for 1. That's a rifle and an op in the hands of the T side with armor behind it. And Weeza takes some damage, but that's not a problem at all. Cypress now engaging with Shane at range M4 versus M4. And getting info off the back of their timeout are in a bit of an interesting spot. MarKE, he's up top silo, reversing positions with the T's, but they're ready for it. They're expecting somebody up here. It's a matter of whether or not he shows, and he's about to show. He takes his time, and he will not miss. A little bit shaky on that shot, but better safe than sorry. Definitely not going to expect somebody behind him was MarKE. Now, Snav and Shane, a long-time duo, have to take out 3. The health is low on all 3 of these anything else players, so the opportunity is there. Just have to reach out. And Snav with a lineup. Combo. Down goes Weez as he falls down the ladder. 4 now for getting info. 3 in a row off the drop. And we'll see if they can pick up the 5th to tie it all up as the guns come back out for anything else.
Anything else? They have rifles. They have okay utility. They only have, well, I guess they have 5 smokes at least, covering their bases. Very smoke-centric map. Sump still has his op though. That should make you uneasy, and there we go. That's exactly why. Fame caught early. Good start for getting info, who are now close to tying it back up. Needs being exchanged in towards trophy. E might be on the cards for anything else, using the remaining resources they have. Finds 1 there, almost gets a second, but Snav up top crucially finds nothing, and Slump's op shot misses. Volley onto site to delay the plant. In fact, that made this so much onto Weeza. Another missed shot from Slump though. That means the bomb will hit dirt as we are at even footing going into the retake.
Nice pop. As Slump tried to get over, Cypress facing 1 versus 3, nothing he can do, and at least a tie scoreline going into the second half for anything else, and a chance to lead on T side of Nuke moving into that second half. That would be a nice result for anything else. As getting info again, despite the opening antics of Slump, cannot get this round over the line. And it's back to the drawing board for the CTs and the money. Again, it's rough. M4's on 3. Famas on 1. Utility is light. No defuse. Gets a 5-7 for Shane. It just continues to get worse and worse for the CTs. Not a good situation for them to be in whatsoever. And when you look at anything else and how they performed, taking Ancient into isolation and only looking at Mirage and Nuke, this one's rough.
Yes, it is. See if they can make some magic happen. Anything else I've done very well in their spacing. Hasn't been the fanciest Counter-Strike.
What a shot!
Shot from Slump as the rest comes streaming out. He finds a second. Cypress gets the trade, but the info have a real chance, especially with that double dink from MarKE on to Fame. The final pair, Slash and Cypress, heading down into Shane. 5-7 up close. Scary prospect. Spots 1. Gets the shot. Gets traded, but Slash in a 1v3. Seemingly insurmountable odds. He's found a gap. Going into control. Don't even have the opportunity now to go up and plant on A. We'll try to do so. He's trying to beckon them forward. Here's the ladder up in heaven. This should be impossible from this angle.
Oh, yeah.
Players approaching from these avenues as they are. Snav, bottom of vent expected. There, though. Not on the double up. Anything else? Lose the round thanks to that double up early on from Slump. This has been a chaotic decider.
It's been utter chaos, and now it's anything else's turn to be broke, too. Mac 10's on 3, Tech 9 for Weeza, and the AK for Cypress now. Getting info have their M4s and MP9 on Shane, and then the AK for Dare. He has no helmet, and neither does Slump. So, very screwed. Tech 9 and second out of Weezer, but it's only gotten the pick outside on to Dare. Last man standing, Weezer 1 versus 4. Looking for the ace clutch. Moves his way into heaven by the way of the AC unit. Top of lockers. Weezer. Spammed. One nice shot, but all he gets is one. 6-6, tie score line into the final half of this qualifier.
When the world is cold, you hear people say, gotta chase the dream of yesterday. But the stories told, the golden memories, ain't a truth but just a fallacy. But there's hustlers, stealers, liars out on this road, and they'll feed the fire and watch it all explode. Gotta put those flames out before we burn it down. Gotta plant new seeds in this ground. Don't let yourself be troubled or think on yesterday. Keep on moving, come on, don't stand in my way. Some people wanna pull you under. Some people wanna make you cry. Some people rolling in like thunder. We gotta fight the feeling, we gotta do it right. If the hustle and grind breaks your stride, do you turn and blame the other side? If the hustle in your mind makes you decide, it will crack and strip you of your pride. Oh, but there's hustlers, stealers, liars out on this road, and they'll feed the fire and watch it all explode. Gotta put those flames out before we burn it down. Gotta plant new seeds in this ground. Don't let yourself be troubled or think on yesterday. Keep on moving, come on, don't stand in my way. Some people wanna pull you under. Some people wanna make you cry. Some people rolling in like thunder.
6-6 scoreline as we enter the second half. Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic. And an aggressive play from getting info straight out in towards A. Fame on the back of sight, though, triples down before he's felled, leaving us back at even footing. 2 versus 2. Shane on 1 HP. And McNiff in through Hut on the flank finds 1. Shane, 1 HP, should not have a chance, and no, he does not. McNiff puts him to bed with a headshot for good measure, doubling down on the dualies. And that's another pistol round going the way of anything else.
But the bomb plant does mean the important round now becomes round 14. The second round for Spy. Can anything else hold off this aggressive push? We'll find out as we have a technical pause right now, so it's going to be a little bit longer before we get into the actual action. But Nate, one thing's for certain, with the way that MR12 has gone, the way the economy is, that second round after pistols tends to be more important than the actual pistol, particularly when the bomb does get planted. All the importance is on that second round force. If you win that, who cares who won the pistol? That's where the real game is. And all that to say, we still haven't had an economy rework to balance things in MR12.
No, the thing is, when you lose the pistol round, you also still have that loss bonus there so that you don't have as much difficulty getting a buy.
Mm-hmm.
So especially if you get that bomb plant, you're looking pretty good for the T side, regardless of if you win or lose. Whereas if you win that second round, well, that loss bonus that was there for round 1 is gone for the team that gets clapped back down. And so it becomes an even more dire situation where they're forced by, if they want to go for it, which they kind of have to because it's a double, is even worse than the force buy that they went up against in the round prior. So it's a big momentum swing, and this series has kind of been the epitome of that, because we've seen anything else win pistol round time and again, and then immediately lose the second round and lose the early momentum because of it.
Well, let's see, we got a longer technical pause going on right now, so we're waiting to get back into the action here. And a lot is at stake for getting info. They're going in with some MAC-10s, they're going in with a Galil. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, if getting info, this is going to be moving ahead a little speculation. If getting info lose this series, if they bomb out in stage 1 of the Pro League qualifier, surely something gets changed, right? Because it's not like Shane, Dare, and Snav are a new core.
It's true. I
MarKE's
think a lot
not
of teams are still in flux as well. I think
I agree.
even if only one team's going to qualify, and everybody assumes it's going to be the likes of M80 or someone similar. Most of these teams are using this as a chance to play against each other, maybe have a shot at Pro League, but also try things out. A lot of teams are trying out new players. We talked about it time and again, how many teams are playing with subs. We saw 2 playing in the first set with substitutions. We saw this game. We didn't know who 2/5 of getting info were going to be, and in fact, 3 players had changed by the time they got on the server. Everybody's kind of just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks, especially as a free agent team, because there's no red tape that you kind of have to work around to get
there is
a team
roster
together.
Considerations, especially if in the EPT. So if it's anything in the ESL Pro Tour, there are roster locks.
That's true.
You can only make a certain number of moves. So there is that sort of decision there.
That consideration, yeah.
Yeah. You can't
I don't
really
know.
just go all in. I know subs were registered for this event, though.
That is true. I'm just wondering if it's like advanced, it's far more forgiving in terms of the amount of roster changes you can make.
But they just made changes to how Pro League qualification works.
That's true.
With the LAN qualification through advanced. So
It's true.
you have to be careful.
Not sure if we're finally getting situated yet or not. So this pause is still going on. Seems we always get cursed with at least one of these bogs.
Yeah, we had a... Okay. We're going back here in a minute. So won't be too much longer before we're back in. There we go. Countdown coming. And anything else with a very crucial round for their upset potential bid against Getting Info, and for Getting Info to do what they should do and at least make stage 2 of this Pro League qualifier. We'll see if they can manage it. It's Nate. Getting Info. I think we're going to see some pretty angry North American players on one particular team.
It's true. 4 MAC-10s, Galil. A rifle-centric buy for anything else. Who, again, really want this conversion. As they've always been, they're pretty light on utility on this defense. So, gonna plant the Molotov top hut. Getting Info aren't committing, not yet. And here we go. Not hut. Shane towards door. Doesn't find the first, but it's his teammate. Slash gets the trade. Slump finds another. It's a flurry of kills across the scoreboard, but Getting Info has a tenuous advantage. Cypress in towards Vinny. Tries to pop the smoke. With so many players greeting him, he can't find anything. McNiff. There's a person you want in this situation. It's probably him. 1v3. He's got the kit on his belt now as well. He has so many angles to worry about. Old vents, Tetris, hot. And he simply fails at the first hurdle, considering too many angles. Again, it is Getting Info preventing the pistol round conversion and sending us to what should be this kind of forced buy back and forth, as anything else are kind of on a double save at this stage.
And another tech pause, too, so we'll hope it's not a long one. But for anything else, I have questions. Why is Fame standing still in heaven, full blind?
Great question.
Knowing he's exposed. Why are the anything else players rushing to upgrade guns? You gotta cross your T's and dot your I's before you can start the next sentence. And they rushed everything in that round, despite having the firepower advantage. That's the first major mental break I've seen from anything else in the last couple of maps, in the last 2 maps, to be specific. The first real big mistake that came through. And it could not come at a more inopportune time.
It's a difficult spot. I think at this point, given how long this game has been, because a lot of these rounds have been quite long. Ancient specifically felt like the rounds took eons.
Even though it was only a 17-round game.
Mirage even felt like it had some incredibly long rounds. So I think a lot of these teams are kind of or a lot of these players, are kind of beginning to break, kind of beginning to not do as they should. But it sounds like we're going to have a longer break this time around, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to toss to a break. And when we return, we will have the continuation of this Decider map. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.
When the world is cold, you hear people say, gotta chase the dream of yesterday. But the stories told, the golden memories, ain't a truth but just a fallacy. But there's hustlers, stealers, liars out on this road, and they'll feed the fire and watch it all explode. Gotta put those flames out before we burn it down. Gotta plant hustle and grind, breaks yours to ride. Do your turn and blame the other side. If the hustle in your mind makes you decide, it will crack and strip you of your pride. Oh, but there's hustlers, stealers, liars out on this road, and they'll feed the fire and watch it all explode. Gotta put those flames out before we burn it down. Gotta plant new seeds in this ground. Don't let yourself be troubled or think on yesterday. Keep on moving, come on, don't stand in my way. Some people wanna pull you under. Some people wanna make you cry. Some people rolling in like thunder. We gotta fight the feeling. We gotta do it right. Well, don't let yourself be troubled or think on yesterday. Keep on moving, come on, don't stand in my way. Some people wanna pull you under. Some people wanna make you cry. Some people rolling in like thunder. We gotta fight the feeling. We gotta do it right. Yeah, we gotta do it right. Can't take it, I won't take it no more. And the words you say are killing to me. You keep on bringing me down. 'Cause you like to think you're better than me. If there was a way to tell ya, love you hate can never die. You don't even know what happens to me, and you don't even really care to try. Your time is coming, so stop your running. You're gonna have to listen to me. We're rearranging, it's time for changing. Do you hear my cry? Now's the time. I can't take it, won't take it no more. 'Cause the words you say are killing to me. You keep on bringing me down. 'Cause you like to think you're better than me. You told me I was so demanding, 'cause I want the same as you. I asked and I begged and I pleaded. Tell me what am I to do? And now I'm taking, no longer waiting, no longer got a hold of me. You heard the screaming, but you didn't mean it when you said that you would change. No. And the word you say are killing me. You keep on bringing me down. No. I can't take it no more. Won't take it no more. I can't take it no more. No. 'Cause the word you say they're killing me. Won't let you bring me down.
After a lengthy technical pause, we're back into the action here. 7-all the score line between anything else and getting info on the final map of this best of 3. I'm Boggs, he's Pineapple Phillips. This is the qualifier for ESL Pro League Season 22 in the North American region. And anything else, despite a 7-5 lead going into the CT half of Nuke, have squandered it. Getting info. Have their rifles going down secret. Anything else, force again. Deagles, 5.7s, and MP9. And if anything else can win this one, we know what's coming after that.
Yes, we do. Anything else? One player in heaven. And to spot the cross. They're already across, of course. Nobody's down below. We have McNiff and J-Hall, and that's about it. MarKE giving some presence there, dropping top mini. Slump as well. Spamming away, looking to get some damage or some information. Bomb at this point, pretty much towards control. Should have B site. Fame pressuring in, flanking around top of Marshmallow is caught at range by the Galil. Plant will go down. Default on B. Players down the vents come through. The 5.7's good for 1. Even footing, but still a tall task for anything else. One player spotted for the MP9, but it just can't get the shot. Niff in the craziness, though, finds 1 before falling. Dare wants to put this one to bed, though. He wants to stabilize things, finding 2 for himself before being felled by Weeza. Slash. Not find Dare. Just Weeza now. 1v2. Spots them both, has the information, but doesn't have the kills or the stopping power required. 8-7, getting info, have the advantage, but again, these rounds are anything but convincing. They're still very back and forth.
Back and forth, but we will not have another force out of anything else right now. Let's see if things can stabilize for anything else moving into round 17, because round 16 should be a relative walk in the park for him. But the nade stack might have something to say about that. Massive damage taken by the T side, and USP's on the other wall, ready to mop them up. Over top, Snav gets tagged, Dare gets bagged, but Shane has the trade. Shane taps away through smoke, looking for a lucky kill. That's to make lucky your own. Fame being tagged down, not exactly having the best of times. Put to bed by MarKE. He's moving up to heaven, trying to grab the high ground. But I don't think it matters, high ground or not. This round should be stabilized for getting info. It's just how can they limit their losses? That's the real question here.
Lay it together. That's what they'll do. 2 players jumping up behind heaven. Slink in. I lose everything. I believe he spotted 1, but he can't get the kill. The site should be cleared. Slump gets that kill as well. Good shot from him. Just McNiff. He has a Zeus. He's pushing through trophy now, but more than 1 kill seems beyond reasonable.
The Zeus kill would be nice.
They know where he is now. Not now. Exactly. Snapshot and Slump should be getting very far away from the situation at hand right now.
Terrorists win.
They all will survive. McNiff brings nothing into the next round. He drops his Zeus. Getting info, extend their lead to 2. Rifles again in hand for anything else, but they lose this one, it'll be 10 and then likely 11 for getting info off the back of it. And in addition to that, Slump again has his op in hand, which is a worrying piece of kit that anything else have to deal with.
rifles are out. The utility is not for anything else. They don't have a kit either. A couple of smokes, a couple of flashbangs remain for them with a $1.32 to go in the round. Slash moves up. Might just get the drop on Slump here. Sprays away. That's a messy kill, but it's a kill nonetheless, and that's what matters. Eats the nade, though. Double nade comes through, and Slash is down low to 34 HP. He's running away from any potential contact as well, retreating further and further back down into double doors. Dare, he's going to be one of the last two to join up as all four remaining Getting Info players move into secret, down into the tunnel. Slash is still here, but there's not much he can do. Getting Info don't have to commit to this, although their time is running out. 38 seconds. And they look to commit. B sight the goal, or a quick rush up the vents. B, though, the safest bet. There is McNiff over on ramp. He can be the fastest to help, but Slash is going to have to do the bulk of this work on his own. 2 flashbangs, again, no kit for anything else. Single and double will open together. Slash will have to pick his battle. Smoke misses abhorrently, and Slash will isolate. McNiff is here, gets the trade on 1, cannot find 2. 3 versus 2, and time is running out. Rotation's coming down. 2 double doors, the doors are closing down. And Weeza gets a dink, but not the kill. It's up to Fame and Cypress here to stall this one out and keep them alive in this game. Fame, one nice drive-by. MarKE got outplayed by Cypress. And we will see this game move within 1 round, score of each other again. 7, and now 8. 9 for Getting Info. Money's fine for the T side. Look at MarKE, $11,000 before he drops Slump. Money bags over here. And not the same could be said for anything else.
It's true. Again, the rounds they win are close. It doesn't let them build an economy, especially not on the CT side. They'll have rifles and an MP9 versus full AK. Slump not going for the op. Can't afford it. Getting Info, what's the adjustment? Looks like a quicker play out towards A as they're grouping up door and outside hut. Here they go. They're streaming out the door. Molotov thrown by Weeza. Fame lines up 2. Slash gets the 3rd, avenging his teammate. McNiff finds 1, Slash the other. It's a belabored, scrappy play straight out A with no utility to support it. And it is punished accordingly by anything else, who tie it back up quickly and win that round convincingly as well, with 3 surviving.
Yeah, good for the economy. And for Getting Info, it's their turn to be on the broke bus. Tech 9 for Dare, armor for him and Snav. MarKE will buy down to 1600 with an AK as well. So a good chance to do some damage economically for Getting Info. Maybe even eke out a bomb, because at that point anything goes. But anything else are now tied up again within striking distance, and it's exactly where they want to be right now. Just keeping pace with Getting Info. They can pull ahead at the end. That's all they need to do. Also, just an update for everyone wondering what the long technical pause was. The players are required to have camera view of their screen set up during the matches online. And so players that were using their phones had their phones dying, so had to go charge those. Just in case people were wondering what was going on with all of that. Just to ensure everything is Fame, drive-by, finished. Snav and MarKE will open things up. Weeza only gets 1. Hero rifle finds a pair. Slash will spray, but he can't cut anything. As McNiff now has to go all alone from up top, essentially. Now he will be all alone as he has his teammate fall. 1-0-4. But that's all he finds. And the half buy for Getting Info puts them up by 1 again. And despite that economic boon of keeping 3 alive, Nate, it's back to the pistols for anything else, and actually, it might be back to the 4 spy.
Yeah, keeping 3 alive can help slowly build an economy on the CT side, but it won't build it overnight. That round was a flash in the pan for anything else, as they are now struggling again. Forced by what they can. Slash keeping a bit of extra money in the bank, potentially for an op, but getting info. The hard set advantage in round 20. Holding for the aggression, finds one, Snav a second. Anything else beginning to get a bit antsy, trying to make something happen instead of playing around their opponent's aggression. They're still playing things slow and measured. Nice shot from Slump on the fadeaway outside. Down B is the call. All 5 players, 4 at ramp. The 5th close behind them. Swing on the doors for Slash. Push down. This has got to be an 11 for getting info at this point. Nothing going the way the direction of anything else. Cypress would behoove him to save this rifle for round 21.
Anything else? They've kept it close for so long, but it seems to be slipping away at the final hurdle, the last dance. It's becoming more and more likely that getting info will hold on and move on to survive tomorrow and see who they play in stage 2 when it becomes double elimination again.
Terrorists win.
That's it. Stay alive for the rest. But anything else? Have no money here. They have the saved rifle. But it's not like they can afford to go for the kitchen sink right now unless they want to risk it all to avoid 3 match points. 3 is not unlikely to come back from. I mean, it's not a great situation, but it's a lot better than 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The full save here does make some sense. They do have a couple of upgrades. Weezy goes for armor and a 5.7. Slash goes for a 5.7 as well. But Fame and Shipers are shut down as they try to aggress. That's the rifle. It's to pull off the push. Stomp. MarKE, Zone, and Visa. 5, 7, and 10. Nothing he can do about this either. Matter of time before he bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. It's 12 now to getting info. Anything else? Their last chances. They have to win 3 in a row to take it to overtime. Or this one is all done and dusted.
It feels like these players are getting fatigued. That was a lobby crunch through and through with 2 pushing trophy immediately caught. But everybody else delayed it by like 10 seconds, so it wasn't a lobby crunch. Like, that is textbook Counter-Strike. I don't know what the maybe there was a Molly in Hut, but I don't think there was. So I have to... Yeah. So... Again, it's feeling like sloppier and sloppier as time goes on. Players getting fatigued, getting tired. Keep in mind, I think anything else had that opening matchup this morning as well. So it is do or die for the CT side. I'll post it on an angle for Dare. If he goes any further, he will be felled. Swing as he spot comes in. Dare tiptoeing back and forth is caught. Slash is sticking around as well. He'll miss the second opportunity, but he will get away with minimal damage taken. Snap the lurk in lobby, trying to find something. McNiff down below the ladder finds Shane trying to get aggressive. And he'll get away no less. 3 versus 5. 30 seconds left. Looks like getting info. We're doubling back to go for an 8 play. Snap gets 1. Does not get the second. Cypress quick on the trade. 25 seconds left. They'll just race out. Slump trying to get this opener. Does succeed there. Player in heaven, though, that need to worry about. MarKE's not posted on it either. Nif just walks out, stops the bomb plant. Sure, the trade is in, but 15 seconds in a 1v2. MarKE taps it for fake, hoping they push forward. One does. Belabored spray. The second hut and is not expected. MarKE goes for the reload, and that is his undoing. Scrappy ends, but anything else do survive to fight another day. The issue is their economy. Once more in the dumpster. Exactly.
It's rough. Meanwhile, Getting Info have all they need. Shane still has $7,700 left over in the bank. And Slump has his op again. MP9 Famas on anything else. M4s and AK. The utility's not great. At least they do have 2 kids. Oh, once again. Things are rough for anything else. It's not a good situation. Dare.
It's not a good situation. In fact, it's anything else. See what I did there?
That was good.
Thank you. Slow one for Getting Info, though. They just want to get info. Don't want to commit into some sort of stack. Ideally, they want to find the opening, mainly, as well. Players down towards Toxic, or towards Decon, I should say. Another is hanging out around the double door. Cypress, good headshot on the first. Quick trade from Shane. Slash on this lob, or on this back garage blade. Might just find Slump on timing. He does get the dink, does get the kill. MarKE very far removed from his teammates, now has to make a move in lobby. Meanwhile, Fame on the MP9 finds the timing. And anything else might have just found a way to get to their 11th.
There's still 2 alive. It's Shane and MarKE. You can't count them out yet. Anything that goes against anything else is going to be detrimental to that economy, which is still suffering. MarKE does get 1, but he does not have the bomb. He does tap about 6 damage. Molly in, but another kill for MarKE. He'll burn in the flames, but only 2 surviving for anything else is not ideal. As Getting Info's money without the bomb plant is going to be a little bit of a weird spot here. Although, we'll see if anyone drops Dare. Yeah, he's going to get an AK. So it's going to be AKs and AWP across the board. Utility's plentiful. But look over at anything else. MP9 for Weezer. The 2 saved AKs. 2 M4s. But no utility whatsoever for Cypress. All going to come down to this round number 30. Man, that's 24 old names, and I'm thinking it's MR15. But it is round number 24. Last of regulation, and Slump's push over the ramp has not paid dividends. He's tagged down very, very low. Maybe we'll find overtime. Maybe we'll have another 13-11. Only time will tell. One thing is sure. Time will tell who's going to win this series. If
Last smoke for anything else.
Song reference, let me know. Ooh. That's an early use of it, too.
Yeah. Got a minute left. 2 Molotovs and some flashes. But again, anything else not known throughout this series to be a team that measures its utility usage. Looking in ramp, forces a player away. Actually, the whole team is here. Getting control, already dropping down. It appears B is going to be the name of the game. Smoke towards control. Are there rotations here for anything else? It looks like at least some are. Fame at double doors. 5 versus 5 game. Swing comes out from Fame trying to stop the bomb play. Instead, Snav and Dare snag a pair of kills. 3 between them now as Snav doubles down. Slash and Cypress make it just Slash at ramp. Is heard by the op and felled by the op. We do have another 13-11. This time around, though, Boggs, it goes the other way around in the favor of Getting Info.
It does, and just barely as anything else. Give Getting Info a serious run for their money on the latter 2 maps. Yeah, you can forget about Ancient, as that one is ancient history at this